Welcome back to the Meeple Marathon and West Kingdom Wednesdays. Today we're going to be wrapping up our cooperative trilogy using the Tomesaga Expansion. So this is Viscounts of the West Kingdom, and again we will be taking on the Overlord in a cooperative scenario here in Viscounts. So for the most part, setup was exactly the same. Choosing your hero, townsfolk person, setting up your board, all of that, where you place your workers, all of that, nothing changed. The few differences that you will notice that have been added, and one you're not really going to be able to see until I show you, is that there are different bottom cards here, placeholders, bookmarks, whatever you want to call them, for the deeds and debt cards. So that changes the number that you have in here, but it also it gives you an action for when you reveal it, and also gives you different scoring conditions, because obviously you don't want to just be the one person with the most. You guys are trying to cooperatively score 160 points. So these cards are different. Also, there have been some new, actually I think were all new starting hero townsfolk cards that were mixed in. But some additional, content. That was it, though. And then there's also these two cards here, which you can see there's two for each of my two players, because we're playing just two players. So in a four-person scenario, each one would get their own card. I forget exactly what was supposed to happen in a three-person game, but essentially you're passing these out individually. But in a two-player game, you just gain the benefit of the top row of one of the cards, and then you use all of the bottom ones. So what this is telling us is simply that if I claim a black or yellow, what are these things called? Scripts. What are these things called? Manuscripts. Jesus. If I gain or I guess that's a gray or yellow, because this one's black or blue. If I gain a gray or yellow manuscript, or anytime someone gains a gray or yellow manuscript, I gain a stone and a gold. Over here, anytime someone gains a blue or black manuscript, this player will gain 2 silver or 1 inkwell. So it's just kind of spreading that out. It also is showing you what the Overlord's action is. Just a reminder that in some of the other games, each of the cooperative players got to take their turn, and then the Overlord would go. In this instance, the Overlord goes between every player. So at the end of every player's turn, the Overlord's going to take his action, and it's very simple. Also, you can see here that if I take the what's the recruit action, not the recruit action, the action that puts people into the castle, or if I take the build action or trade action, I can do specific things with either my worker meeples here, or the Overlord's worker meeples, which again, we are bringing back the natural colored worker meeples there. The whole point of the Overlord in this instance is to get somebody to the center of the castle. And he does that by he goes around the outside of the board, and he's placing these neutral colored workers out, and trying to, similar to how they activate in here, where if there's 3, they push out to the side and push into the middle. He's trying to do that from all the way out here, and push people out to push people in. And if there's somebody already here, he hops up, and he can just keep hopping up. If at any point he gets somebody to the center of the castle, the game immediately ends. More than likely, if that happens before you end the game, then he will be victorious. So again, basically you want to have actions that can remove his workers off the board and put your workers. So these meeples normally just would go into the castle. That's the only place you would see them. Now you're going to see them placed throughout the land here on the various levels of this ring. And anytime that the Overlord worker would want to place a worker down, and I already have one here, they essentially cancel each other out. So say, for example, he made it to this location, his action would say to put somebody down here. It would actually remove both of them. So my guy would come back to me, his guy would come back to the space. That does not happen in the castle. All the rules are normal for the castle. So you push people out to the side, and you can kick people out. Obviously, we as a team are going to be trying to kick him out of the castle if he makes it in there. So that's just simply saying that this player over here has been given the actions of sending people into the castle, or building or trading. Gives you the option of removing people. Specifically, if I put people into the castle, I could actually put someone of my own workers out instead of just removing one of his. Over here, this player, it's if they prescribe a manuscript, or if they take the trade action. Those are how they can manipulate workers in the field. So that's really the only gameplay change, is this how to address there being these workers in the land and how to get rid of them. Otherwise, you're going to continue to play out your hands and your turns exactly the same. Again, there's no cooperative action in this game like there were in other games. But there are ways that you can like set each other up, possibly deliberately kick one of your own players out of the castle so that they gain a specific resource, or leave someone behind, not touch a manuscript, so on and so forth. But other than that, there's no like cooperation like there was in, say, Paladins of the West Kingdom. Now, like I said, after each person takes their turn, the Overlord is going to take his turn. So what exactly does the Overlord do? Well, again, this is not, Viscounts is not a worker placement game. It's an action selection game with a deck builder aspect to it. So he's not actually going to block any of your spaces. What he is simply doing is going around the board and flooding the board with his workers. Now, how he does that is that he, first of all, will look at the coin value of the card he is adjacent to. So whether he's here or here, he would look at this card. So whatever section of the pie he's in, he looks at the card in the middle. In this instance, this one is a 1, so he would simply go, boom, right there. He would just move 1 to the next location. He always stays on the outside of the board. Whereas over here, if he was next to the Acolyte, he would move 3. So he would say he started here, and you just need to remember he's starting at 7. He would go 1, 2, 3. And then the next turn, if the missionary, assuming she's still there, he would go 1, 2. So you simply look to the townsfolk card that he is adjacent to, and you move him along the outer ring in that direction. If there is not one of his workers down already, if he has no worker down, he simply puts one down. Now, in the instance that you already have someone there, like I said before, if you already had a worker there and he attempts to put somebody down, they cancel each other out. So almost you can think of it technically the instruction manual says that if you have a worker there, he removes one. But he essentially is just trying to go to a spot and put his first worker down. Now, say for example, he comes here and he already has a worker down. This is not his first worker. So anytime he already has a worker down, what he's going to do is he's going to, again, look to the townsfolk card that he's adjacent to, and according to what this action is, the dismiss or recruit action, whatever this symbol is, you have this reference card over here. This is how he's going to place out his meeples. So in this instance, which is this townsfolk person is giving you a rearrange action, you look to this card, and rearrange action means he's putting one worker meeple here and one worker meeple here. It's the plus sign with, opposing arrows. Whereas, this one would mean both to, both to his right. So that would be this way. It being a circle can get tricky, but essentially each one of these tells you to put a worker in a specific location. These are all described in the instruction manual, so if the iconography gets confusing for you, but essentially you are just looking again to the townsfolk card for direction on how to put out his worker meeples, and then at the end of it all he will dismiss that townsfolk. So if he comes to a location and there isn't a worker of his there and he gets to put it down, or there was one of yours there and he removes it, essentially he does not dismiss. It's only when he already has a worker there and he has to look to the townsfolk person for that icon to decide how he's going to put out his worker meeples that he will dismiss that townsfolk. And then that's it. That is all there is to do for his actions. It's very straightforward, very simple, especially once you learn the iconography here of what he is attempting to accomplish. Now, once at any point in time, again, similar to him having workers in the castle, say for example, he, put people out and they all spread out and there ended up with being 3 people here. It does not even matter that these 3 workers are not in his location. Anytime there are 3 or more workers on the outer locations, 3 or more overlord workers, they're going to do a split similar to what they do in the castle. So one's going to go this way, one's going to go this way, and one pushes in. Now normally it would just push in there and stop. But let's say, for example, one has already been pushed in earlier in the game and it goes to be pushed in here. Other than the outer ring, which is the only place where they do the castle splitting and pushing, any other time he's just going to keep frog hopping his own workers until he gets to a point where he is the only worker there, which is how he can very easily get to this situation. So say, just for example, this is what a scenario looked like, and the overlord worker placed workers out, and say it said to split them up like this bottom one, and he placed his 3rd one here, and then you went and said, okay, this one goes out, this one goes out, this one, oh, nope, we're gonna hop, nope, we're gonna hop, nope, we're gonna hop, oh, all of a sudden he's in the middle, and the overlord has won the game. So again, you're following very similar rules to the castle structure, but only on the outside ring. Anywhere else, you are simply frog hopping everybody in your way. Now, if you were to frog hop down, or you were to come down and there was one of my workers here, and this guy were to come down, again, they cancel each other out and they both go away. And the only other really rule that needs to be known is that if I am traveling around the board and say I end up right here and I take an action that could remove a worker, anywhere that the overlord is, if you draw an imaginary line through all of the spaces that get to the center ring of the castle, those workers are protected from the overlord. So everybody else would be fair game, but since I am in line with the overlord here at this point, all of the workers in this column to the center of the dartboard here are protected. So just that is a rule that needs to be kept in mind. Other than that, endgame scoring is going to go exactly the same. You don't need to keep up with the overlord's score. You simply have to try and beat 160 points to overcome him, and or keep him obviously out of the center of the castle. And that's pretty much it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get started on a two-handed solo playthrough here of the cooperative game. We'll play a few rounds and then we'll stop the video, and eventually then we will pick up the rest of the video in an extended playthrough. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started here. Here is my starting hero, Hugo here, who's going to give me a corruption when I put him down, and also a corruption, but then any 2 resources of my choice when he comes off, which is pretty nice. The thief here, not so good. The laborer is just giving me stone, so I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and put Hugo down first here. So I will have to take a corruption for putting him down. And so I can move 1. I do have a decent amount of starting coins, so I could move further. What is it I am wanting to focus on here? This gentleman here was going to be my put workers into the castle. And this worker was going to be on my manuscript worker, so I could definitely use some more gold, which if I go 1, 2 here, yeah, so let's do that. So I can go 1, 2, I can pay a coin to get to this second location, and then I've got 1, 2, 3, I will pay a 4th here to get 2 gold in return, and we'll stop there. All right, draw up, So now we need to do the Overlord turn. He is going to be moving 1, unfortunately, which puts him right here, and already right off the bat, he is going to be pushing somebody, doing his thing. So if we look here, this symbol means he's putting people adjacent to him, which isn't so bad. So there we go. All right, that's it. That's as simple as his turn is. And he will dismiss this person because he used their icon. All right. So blue's turn here. Okay, yeah, this guy's also my other hero. So I drew my hero both times, which is nice. He just has a really nice set of symbols here. So I think, although no, I think we're going to go ahead and get the journeyman going here and get lots of trade icons. So I can go 2, which is perfect because I need some inkwells to do my job. So 1, 2, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. How many more do I want to? Yeah, we'll spend 1, 2 here, so that'll give me 3 inkwells. 1, 2, 3. Do I want to do more than that? No. Okay. Draw a card, and this guy is moving 3 now. So 1, 2, 3. I'm pretty sure they can share the same spot. No differences there. So there is not somebody here. So he will put a worker down right there. Back over to red. So what do we want to do with the red? Do we just want to keep the thieves going? I think we probably do because I'm about to cover up that symbol. So, all right, Hugo here pushes over. The thief comes off. So this is going to go boom, boom now. I need to get some virtue going here. All right. So nothing instantly, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 trade symbols now. So I could get 4 money, which might not be that bad. Although getting some stone out so that I can get this out early, that's costing me 7 build icons though. So I do need to get, so let's go here, 1, 2. So I have to pay another coin. I can get 2 stone right now. I'm going to pay 2 coins to be able to get 3. I want to be able to make my submit workers to the castle cheaper. So this guy is moving 1, 2, 3. There's nobody here, so he simply puts the person down. All right, blue's turn. What does blue want to do? Journeyman is pushing over. There's still a decent amount of trade icons. So let's go ahead and use Walrick here, who's going to instantly give me 2 coins, which will be helpful. But then I still have 1, 2, 3, 4 trade. Although I could right off the bat jump down here. 1, pay to go here. 2, spend my 3 inkwells to get this rolling. I would then get an inkwell in return. Although at some point it will be nice to also build this building here, which is going to be another 7. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll actually put in 4 more coins to be able to get 4 stone. All right. And this guy is moving 1, so he's going right here. There's no worker right there, so he goes like that. Oh, forgot to draw a card. Okay. All right, what do we want to do here? Hand or draw pile. Yeah. Don't want to do that yet. I don't really like that thief. But the laborer's not helping me out either, so. I would love to actually come down here. 1, 2. I'd have to spend a coin to make it here, which I do have. But then I could put a single worker here and start this action. So let's do that. These guys are pushing, so I'm gonna play my squire here, who doesn't do much, but he is gonna give me 2 movements. So 1, 2. I'll have to pay to move 3. All right, but now I have 1, 2, 3, so I can put 2 people out. And I could get to the point where I'm putting 5 out. So let's go ahead and do that and just start. That's going to be my job, is getting people into the castle. All right, and I can put a worker, since I'm doing, the castle action, I can put one of my workers out here for free. And I can put 1, 2, 3, 4. Not just 3. I didn't get to 8. Okay. Actually, I really don't mind being here. I don't know why. Give me my coin back. I don't know why I wanted to be here. I guess for the free recruit, but yeah. All right, so putting 3 in here, this guy goes this way, this guy goes this way. So these guys are fine. And then this guy's gonna go up here, and I will take the gold. I would much rather have the gold. All right. Yeah, so my action is done. Let's see, he's moving 1. So he simply goes right here. And yeah, this guy basically sits in both these lanes here, which I think is a good spot for him. And he goes there. All right, well, I'll always forget to draw a card. Okay. Blue's turn. What does blue want to do? The lender, the laborer, the squire. Yeah, alright, journeyman pushes. The lender. It's going to allow me to flip my debt or my deed, one or the other. But not until she comes off. So I'm working with 4 trade icons. I can only move 1. I can discard a card. Okay, but I don't even need that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pay 1 to get 4 coins there. So let's do that actually. All right, so I'm going to move 1. I'm actually going to push forward here for a second time. Now, so I'm paying 1. I'll just go ahead and put it in there. Paying 1 to get there. But now I'm going to take the trade action, which is just getting coins back. So I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 coins back. So I spent 1 to gain 3 essentially. But more importantly here is that I am taking the trade action, and according to my sheet here, I can remove one of his workers when I do the trade action. So boom, like that. All right, so we need to draw a card, and you are moving 1. All right, so we are back here. He wants to put 1 in. Rather than placing a new worker, the overlord will instead advance one of its workers from their current location towards the center of the castle. This movement follows the exact same rules as described. All right, so what he wants to do is go ahead and frog leap, but that would put him right here, and so my worker here has blocked that action. All right, so being on the inside is going to hopefully come in handy. All right. Red's turn. What do we want to do here? Okay, so first of all, Hugo's coming off. So we have fortunately have gained another corruption. I need to figure out how to really get a good dose of virtue here at some point or another. But I don't see how I could do it. Build a building on the virtue track, maybe? Okay, but so I pushed that already. I get 2 resources of my choice. So I think we are going to take stone now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so she pushes over, you push over. And now if I put out my laborer, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. All right. Okay, so my laborer doesn't give me anything. I have to move 2. So I can either go 1 and come up here, 2. Or I could go 1, 2, none. I want to be right here, but I can't. I have to go at least 2. I don't have the money to push all the way to here. So I guess we'll go 1, 2, yeah, and I will pay my coin to push there. I will pay all of my stone to remove this. Put this there, which is going to get me a gold. All right. And we're good. Okay, so Hugo is off. Yeah, I did the build action, but there's nobody there to remove. So we're good. So this guy's going to move 1. There is somebody there now, so you can see after he takes like a first lap, you really got to start figuring out how to remove these people. So he is wanting to put 2 people to the right, and his right is right here. So this is going to fire off something here. All right, so he puts this in here, and like before, 1 goes this way, 1 goes this way, and 1 goes in. Luckily, that's all that fires off. All right, so we need to get some stuff done here. I would love for my partner here to claim this one right there. Yep, so that's, oh, I forgot to draw again. That's the plan. That's the plan of action here. So the journeyman is going to come off. That pushes over, and I get to claim the disciple for free? No, it's any person, right? Hire any one visible townsfolk card from the main board. So I think we need to go with the missionary here. Yeah. Okay. So we've got the missionary, Ulrich, the lender, and none of these guys are worth putting out. I'm not going to be... Oh, maybe I will next turn. All right. No. I want to go at least 2. So let's throw you out there simply to get the 2 movement I need to get here without having to pay a coin. All right. So I've got 1 here, so I only need to spend 2 inkwells. And I could take this manuscript, which is going to give this player a gold. So you can see there's the cooperation. And I instantly get to claim a resource of my choice. So I will stick with the manuscript, the inkwell. And I am doing this action so I can remove this player. There we go. Draw a card. And move this person 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're looking here. He wants to, again, leapfrog somebody, and he just puts him right there. Okay, So, now back to the red player. What does the red player want to do? Yeah, I could do that. I could do that. Okay, so the thief is coming off, so I'm going to gain a debt and a coin. Squire, laborer, and the trader is going to come out. Simply because I just wanted to move one, so I want to come down here. And I'm going to take the castle action. So I'm going ahead and remove this guy so I don't forget about it. Now I've got 1, 2 on my board. And I can pay 3 more gold to get up to 5 again. So we're going to do this whole action again. Unfortunately, somebody's going to get booted off. So let's go this way, and we push up stone and an inkwell. And from the first level, it's 2 coins. So you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm actually going to boot myself off and claim 2 coins. There we go. Okay, I like it. And this guy's moving 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Oh, I forgot to draw a freaking card again. All right, I need to start recruiting, getting some better people here into my hand. So Walrick's coming off. I don't even know if I used up all of his stuff. So there's that thief. What do we want to do here? I think we'll do this to get some more inkwells. Yes. So I can push from here. So I can push up to here. I'll pay 1 more coin to push right to here. Okay. And then I'm going to be taking the trade action so I can remove one of these gentlemen here. And now I've got, and this is going to get me a coin for taking the trade action, so I don't want to forget all of that. But I've got 1, 2, 3. All right, so I can spend 1 to make it 4 and 2 more to make it 6. So that's 3 inkwells coming to me. All right. Is this person handy? No, the swindler's actually handier for over here. So is the acolyte, because he's going to be gaining a lot of debts. We want to be able to flip over debts. So I think we're just going to stay put. Okay. So this guy's going to go 1. He wants to do... Oh, I keep forgetting I needed to actually discard her and discard him because I used their special powers. So I'm going to be using her power. I need to discard it, and it's simply adding 2 people here. And so that's simply going to go boom and boom. This is going to cause a chain reaction though. Boom. This is going to go boom, boom, boom. All right. Whew. Let's build up fast. Okay. This needs to go over here. Alrighty. That was the blue player's turn. Blue player needed to draw a card. Alright, red player. What does the red player want to do? The squire's coming off. Absolutely worthless. Labor is also worthless. Alright. Need to build back up my resources here. So I'm playing the financier, and I will discard the abbot. Or, no. Yeah, discard this way. Discard the abbot to draw 2 coins. and get 2 coins. And now I've got 1, 2 trade, and I can move 3. So 1, 2, 3. Trade action allows me to remove somebody. I could go 1, 2, 3. Just get some more coins. Yeah, and get rid of these guys. Which isn't like the best play in the world, but I can then come around here and use those coins to get some gold. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3. I will be taking the trade action, so we'll do that. I'm going to get a coin from my trader for doing so. And 1, 2 more coins. Okay. And did I want to go ahead and dismiss her? Yes. I think I should have. So, oh no, I can't dismiss her because I'm not doing a build action. But I can hire her. So, hiring her will give me a push. It's better than nothing. Okay. Alright. And since I discarded a card, I am going to need to shuffle. Alright, and so now he is going to 1, 2. He wants to frog hop. So unfortunately, this guy's going to jump all the way right here. So now I need to start strategically thinking about how to affect him. And this scoundrel is gone. Okay. Alright. So what do we want to do now? Okay. Either way, it's Blue's turn. We'll just play a couple more rounds here, and then we will push the rest of this into an extended playthrough. Hopefully you guys have gotten the understanding of how the Overlord works and kind of what the goal of the game is here. I mean, the goal of the game is still the same, to roughly average 80 points a person, but you got to keep these workers in check. So, all right. So the lender is coming off. I can flip my... Actually, I'm going to flip my debt, which is going to give me a choice of my resource. So I'm going to take a gold, because this is going to push down, this is going to push down, and I'm going to throw my thief on the board here, right? Because I can move down from where I am, so I'll push this up. Now I've got 1, 2 fleur-de-lis symbols. I only move 1, so I'm going to move 1 here. This is all very deliberate. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can put 3 workers out. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, so one's going to push this way, one's going to push this way, and one is going to push up here. And now I can discard a card or get somebody for free. And you know what? I did not look to see. No, I couldn't have made use of the swindler. My deacon though is the vicar's also pretty nice. But the vicar's cheaper. So I'm going to claim the vicar for free here. And I get claimed him, so I get to push my virtue marker over. Alright, see this side needs the princess. Alright. Okay. And I'm right there. Very interesting. Okay. what are we gonna do? I need to build up my gold here first. All right. So, anyways, I did that. There is nobody else to push. No bonus actions here. Draw a card. And he is going to go 2, 1, 2. And he wants to put 2 to the right. So 2 to the right means right here. So 1 goes here, 1 goes here. And 1 pushes in right where we just were. All right. Let's do one side each, and then we will pause for now. So, oh man, I have got a ton of stuff I can do here. Finally got my journeyman and my lender who I need. So, labor's coming off the board. Gets me nothing. And I would love to go 1, 2. So we are going to play the journeyman. He's going to get us 2. All right, 1, 2. So unfortunately, there's none of his workers there to get rid of. Do I want to make use of the trader? I don't really want the reshuffle action. But by taking the trader, I'm pretty sure I have to take that hit. So I don't think I really want the trader. Oh, and see, this guy needs to go because I used his action. That's the one thing I keep forgetting. All right, but I'm taking the trade action. So I'm going to get a coin here. Nothing else, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So 4 gold coming to me. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And that's it. That's all I can do. But I'm working on getting a big turn going here to kick this guy out. Okay, and this guy. All right, so let's draw a card. It's not who I wanted. And his turn now. He is moving 3. 1, 2, 3. Luckily, there's nobody there. So all he does is put somebody down. He's done. Okay, last turn here. Let's see. What do we want to do? The squire comes off and does nothing. Do I want to labor? I could come up here and go 1, 2 and get inkwells. So let's do that. Let's do our financier, who's going to allow me to discard. We will discard the laborer, gain 2 coins, and move 3. So 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm taking the trade action so I can kick this guy off. And I've got 1, 2. I gain a coin. 1, 2, 3. So there's 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we'll just stick with that because I have a pretty decent stockpile going right now. All right. And I need to draw up. So we need to shuffle. I do like the lender. There's Walrick. All right. So we are going to pause here, and we will be picking up our playthrough and an extended playthrough. So keep an eye out for that coming very soon. If you've noticed any mistakes I've made, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. But again, it's pretty much Viscounts of the West Kingdom with this interesting mechanic of this whole rotunda map becoming like a little mini castle here. And so we'll see if my strategy of focusing on manuscripts and the castle, focusing on the interior, will be effective. I feel like I haven't done much now, but I feel like I have some pretty good chunks of resources here, and I can start taking some good actions. What I've failed to neglect here is to actually start hiring some people. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, please consider subscribing to the channel. Once again, thanks for watching. Have a great day.